The brass nameplate outside the penthouse read Victor Constantine, import-export. Everyone in the financial district knew what that really meant. Victor controlled half the city's shipping routes, and what he didn't control, he influenced. His empire stretched from the dockyards to the corporate towers, built on handshakes that felt like threats and contracts signed in back rooms. But empires mean nothing when your child is dying. Victor stood in the hospital corridor, his tailored suit rumpled from 3 sleepless nights. Through the window of the private suite, he could see his son Alexei, 16 years old, connected to machines that beeped and hummed with mechanical indifference. The boy's skin had taken on a grayish pallor, and his breathing was shallow. Mr. Constantine, Dr. Morrison approached, the 5th specialist this week. Behind him trailed a team from Johns Hopkins. We've completed our analysis. The neurological deterioration is unprecedented. We've consulted with colleagues in Zurich, Tokyo, and Boston. I'm sorry, but we simply don't understand what's happening to your son. Victor's jaw tightened. You're the 107th doctor I've brought in. 107th. I've flown in specialists from every continent. I've paid for experimental treatments that aren't even legal yet. And you're telling me the same thing as all the others? Dr. Morrison looked down. Sometimes medicine has limits. Get out. Victor's voice was quiet, lethal. All of you. Out. As the doctors filed away, Victor's second-in-command, Dimitri, appeared at his elbow. Boss, there might be one more option. I don't want to hear about faith healers or miracle waters. No, nothing like that. There's a woman who cleans the research wing at the University Medical Center. 4th floor, nights. She has a daughter. A cleaning lady's daughter? Victor's laugh was bitter. What's she going to do that 100 trained physicians couldn't? Her name is Maya Turner. She's 24, studies pharmacology and traditional medicine. Word is she's been developing something, combining old remedies with new science. She's gotten results in cases the university doctors gave up on. But she's not certified, not official. They keep her research locked away because what? Dimitri hesitated. Because she's black, boss. And because she's poor. The medical establishment doesn't take her seriously. But her mother swears by her, and I've heard stories from the night staff. Victor stared at his son through the glass. Alexei stirred slightly, grimacing in pain even in sleep. Find her. I don't care what it takes. Maya Turner was hunched over her makeshift laboratory, actually a converted storage closet in her mother's apartment, when the knock came at 2 a.m. She'd been analyzing blood samples under a second-hand microscope, her notebook filled with observations written in cramped handwriting. Her mother, Grace, opened the door to find 3 men in expensive suits. Ms. Turner. Maya Turner. The man in front spoke with a Russian accent. My name is Victor Constantine. I need your help. Maya emerged from the back room, protective goggles pushed up on her forehead, her hair tied back in a practical bun. She recognized the name immediately, everyone did. Mr. Constantine, I'm flattered, but I'm not a licensed. My son is dying. 107 doctors have failed. I'm told you might succeed where they haven't. Maya shook her head. I can't. Even if I wanted to, the medical board would shut down anything I tried. I'm not allowed to practice. Victor pulled out his phone, showing her a video of Alexei in the hospital bed. The boy looked worse than any patient Maya had seen in her research. Please. Just look at his charts. That's all I ask. Against her better judgment, Maya found herself in the back of a luxury car 20 minutes later, reading through medical files on a tablet. Her eyes widened as she processed the symptoms: rapid neurological degeneration, immune system failure, cellular breakdown at an accelerating rate. This isn't a disease, she murmured. This is poisoning. Heavy metal toxicity, but not just one metal, multiple compounds interacting. It's creating a cascade effect. Victor leaned forward. Poisoning? How? I'd need to run tests, but if I'm right, this is deliberate. Someone with knowledge of chemistry has been introducing trace amounts over months. By the time symptoms appeared, the damage was already severe. They arrived at the hospital. Maya felt the stares immediately, from the nurses, from the security guard, from the doctors in the hallway. A young black woman in jeans and a university sweatshirt, walking beside Victor Constantine into the private ward. Dr. Morrison blocked their path. "Mr. Constantine, what is this? Who is she?" "This is Maya Turner. She's going to examine my son." "Absolutely not. She has no credentials, no license. I cannot allow. This is a private facility. I own this floor. She examines him, or I shut down your research funding for the next decade." Morrison's face reddened, but he stepped aside. Maya heard his muttered comment, "Let the charlatan try. When the boy dies, maybe we'll finally be rid of these alternative medicine con artists." In the room, Maya worked methodically, ignoring the hostile stares of the nursing staff Victor had forced to assist her. She drew blood samples, examined Alexei's skin under a magnifying glass, checked his hair and nails. "I need access to his food, his medications, everything he's been given for the past 6 months." "Done," Victor said. 4 hours later, in the hospital's laboratory, commandeered over the furious objections of the staff, Maya had her answer. She found Victor in the waiting room. "Your son has been poisoned with a combination of thallium and selenium compounds, administered in small doses over approximately 8 months. It's brilliant. Actually, each metal alone would be detected, but together they masked each other's signatures. The symptoms mimic a rare neurological disorder." Victor's expression turned glacial. "Who? That's for you to discover. My job is to save your son. But Mr. Constantine, what I'm about to do, it's experimental. It combines chelation therapy with herbal compounds I've been developing. The medical board hasn't approved it. If something goes wrong, I could face criminal charges. And if you do nothing..." Maya looked at Alexei. "He has maybe a week. Then save him." For 3 days, Maya barely slept. She administered her treatments under the watchful, skeptical eyes of the hospital staff. Dr. Morrison documented everything, clearly preparing a report that would bury her. "This is insanity," he said on the 2nd day, watching Maya prepare an infusion of her own design. "You're pumping him full of unregulated compounds, bark extracts and modified chelating agents. You're going to kill him faster." But by the 3rd day, Alexei's color had improved. By the 5th day, his brain scans showed the neurological damage reversing. By the 7th day, he opened his eyes. "Dad." Alexei's voice was weak but clear. Victor gripped his son's hand, his own hands trembling. For the first time in 20 years, tears ran down his face. Dr. Morrison stood in the doorway, his expression a mix of shock and something that might have been shame. I don't understand. The treatment protocol you used, it shouldn't have worked. It goes against everything against everything you learned in your expensive medical schools." Maya's voice was tired but steady. "Maybe that's the problem. You were so busy looking at cutting-edge treatments that you missed the obvious. And you were so convinced someone like me couldn't possibly know more than you that you didn't even consider I might be right." Over the next month, as Alexei recovered fully, Victor's investigation revealed the poisoner, a business rival who had bribed one of the household staff. The rival was dealt with in Victor's customary fashion. The staff member disappeared. But Victor's focus had shifted. He summoned Maya to his office overlooking the harbor. "Name your price. Whatever you want." Maya stood before his massive desk, small but unbending. "I don't want your money, Mr. Constantine. I want access. I want a fully equipped laboratory. I want funding for my research. And I want you to use your influence to get my work reviewed by people who will judge it on merit, not on who I am." Victor smiled, the first genuine smile in months. "Done. But I'm also setting up a scholarship fund in your name. For others like you, talented people the system has overlooked." "Why?" "Because 107 doctors with all the advantages in the world couldn't save my son. You did. You were dismissed, blocked at every turn, treated like you were worth nothing. But you were worth everything." He paused. "Talent doesn't care about credentials or connections or the color of someone's skin. It just is." I almost learned that lesson too late. 6 months later, Maya Turner's laboratory occupied an entire floor of a new medical research center. Her chelation treatment protocol had been fast-tracked for FDA approval. She had a team of researchers, and medical schools were competing to offer her positions. Grace Turner, her mother, still worked as a hospital cleaner, but now by choice, not necessity. "Someone has to keep these young researchers humble," she said with a smile. Victor brought Alexei to visit on the day of the lab's opening. The young man, healthy and strong again, shook Maya's hand. "Thank you for giving me my life back. Thank you for teaching everyone a lesson they needed to learn," Maya replied. As they left, Victor turned back. "You know, I built an empire by knowing who to trust and who to dismiss. I thought I was good at seeing people's true worth. You taught me I was blind." Maya watched them go, then returned to her work. There were other patients like Alexei out there, people the system had failed, people who needed someone willing to look beyond the obvious. She had a lot of work to do.
Hello everyone. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to support our channel. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. We regularly upload amazing, informative, and entertaining content just for you. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to bring even better content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to our growing community.